not the biggest fan of traveling. And I know that it's all worth it when you get to the destination, but if I could just take a train to every location in the world instead of flying, I would do that. Flying specifically is something that I've never been good with, especially with long-haul flights where you're just stuck there for hours on end not being able to get comfortable. And I know that flying is the safest form of transport, and that's more true now than ever, but I still can't help being a bit scared of it. And this starts in the actual airport. I'm never really able to feel relaxed in airports, and it's probably because I know that I'm there to get on a plane. And you know, if you're not there in a rush, you might end up waiting in the airport for a really long time because of delays. And then there's moments like the panic thinking you might not have your passport with you, or travel sickness, or being stuck in security lines that make you miss your connecting flight so you have to wait 10 hours for the next one. Yes, that happened to me. You know what airports should do? They should add little theme park areas or cinemas so that at least there's fun ways to make the time pass while you're there. This cinema is missing snacks. Oh, perfect! Wait, this is Sakuraco, the sponsor of this video! Sakuraco is a monthly subscription box featuring traditional and seasonal Japanese snacks. I'm very excited for this month's theme because it's Sakura Moonlight Festival! Doesn't that sound amazing? This box is filled with Sakura-themed snacks and also a booklet that includes all of the details and allergens in the snacks along with fun cultural facts too. A really special part of Sakuraco is that each box comes with a houseware item too. This one came with this stunning Sakura glass. This would be so cute to put desserts in. But today, I'm gonna use it for the ume pink tea. Let's try some snacks. I was most curious about this Sakura wagashi because look how cute it is. And they tasted just as sweet as they look. Next, I wanted to try one of these Sakura wafers because they have chocolate in them and I love chocolate. And they were so good too. So who wants to go on a Sakura Moonlight picnic right now? Because I am ready to go. If you also would like to experience a piece of Sakura season right from home, you can use my link down below to get this box for yourself and use my code to get $5 off your first order. Thank you, Sakuraco, and now back to the video. I think the biggest scare that I've had in an airport had to be one time where I was little. I was in a food area in the airport and I had this tiny suitcase with Amidala from Star Wars on it. I didn't even know what Star Wars was at the time and didn't really like the suitcase, honestly. I made it better by having my favorite childhood toy poke its head out of the top though. So I was following family through the airport when I then realized, hey, I don't have my bag. I must have forgotten it in the food area we were just in. In that moment, I hear an announcement over the loudspeaker about an unattended bag. They said that if no one claimed it within 15 minutes, it would be destroyed for safety purposes. Oh no. That was my suitcase with my favorite toy that they were going to destroy. Why would they want to destroy my Scamp? What did he do? Scamp was a good boy. He would never do anything wrong. I had to rescue him. The clock was ticking down as all of these thoughts were going through my head. I was running as fast as I could. I hoped with everything I had that it wouldn't be too late and Scamp would be okay. Then I saw it. My bag. And right where I'd left him, Scamp. There was an airport worker standing next to my bag. We made eye contact and she asked me, "Is this your bag?" All that I did was give her a quick yes. And I grabbed it and took off. I was just too scared to stay any longer in case I got into any more trouble. I had the biggest sigh of relief when I realized she wasn't chasing after me. Scamp was safe and everything was okay. Of course, I know now it makes sense that they would want to dispose of unattended luggage, but I was way too young to understand that at the time. So that was my big scare when I was little. Nowadays, when I have bad moments in the airport, it's more so the annoying kinds of times that can be stressful dealing with when you're on a very long trip. Like on my most recent trip, I was doing the process of checking into my flight. And the guy at the check-in was this guy who had a permanent smile on his face. Like nothing in the world could upset him. He asked me if I had any aerosols in my bag and I told him, yeah, I've got a bottle of deodorant. He said, oh no, you can't take that in checked in. It has to go in carry-on. I thought this this was weird since it was above the limit for liquids in carry-on, but he was the one working there, so I just did as he said. But going through security after that, my bag set off the alarm and got pulled aside. I thought, surely it's not because of the deodorant. It must be something else. But the lady immediately pulled out the deodorant. I tell the worker there what the check-in guy told me, and they reply in an irritated way. No, they didn't say that. Deodorants this size only go in checked-in luggage. You're not allowed to take this through. It upset me how she basically said I was lying, but I also didn't want to argue, so I just let her throw out my deodorant and moved along. But then how did the check-in guy tell me the opposite thing to do? Was he just new there, or was he actually smiling because he was pranking me? I will never know. Before the rest of that journey, I was self-conscious, thinking like, what if I smell sweaty now and I don't have any deodorant to help? But at least it's usually more on the rare side that the airport staff add to your stress. So continuing the journey, after this flight of getting repeatedly kicked in the back by a little kid, I went to go collect my luggage. And you know when you're standing by the luggage belt waiting for yours to come through and more are coming and going but yours just isn't showing up? And it leaves you standing there just thinking, please don't be lost, please don't be lost, please don't be lost. There were only around 7 or 8 suitcases left on the belt at this point, and I got really nervous because no more had popped out in a while. I realized that I had to accept that no more bags were coming. So I went to talk to one of the workers there. She took my bag's tracking number and went looking for it. One of my fears had become reality. All of my stuff was gone to who knows what part of the world. All of the souvenirs, cute Pokemon and Disney merchandise I bought on holiday was gone forever. Excuse me? Huh? I found your bag. The lady stood there looking honestly proud of herself holding a bag. I was taken back for a moment because that wasn't my bag. Except it was. It turned out that my bag had been damaged in the transit and things that I'd put on it to be able to recognize it had fallen off somewhere. So it had been on the belt that entire time and I just hadn't recognized it. So that was kind of embarrassing. But even if the suitcase needs to be replaced now, I was honestly just so relieved that I had it. Although there can be these stressful moments, like I said before, it's usually worth the journey to get to the fun destinations anyway. You know, I will say that probably the place that has the least stressful feeling airports is probably Tokyo. I love the Pokemon influence there. It's not much, but it makes it feel a bit nicer being in an airport. I propose that all airports include a Pokemon influence, along with the theme park and cinema. Do you have any airport stories you want to share? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like this, please consider becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive perks such as sneak peeks at upcoming videos and even having your original character featured in my video outros. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!